Hey everybody, this is Yarince Pascual Mateo, your host here at Espera Que.
As the aggressor. The thing is, in this country, being mean to Israel is seen as anti-Semitic. That is harmful, that is bad, because all that does is mask actual, real anti-Semitism while also giving bad actors an excuse to be a dick to other people when they're bringing up good, really important things, like they are committing ethnic cleansing against Palestinians, and call that as Hamas or terrorist speak or whatever bullshit they can give an excuse of. It's just hiding shit. Anti-Semitism is real. It happens. There are Jewish people suffering because there are some hateful bigots out there who hate Jews. But here's the thing. So making sure that people aren't erased off of the face of the earth for having the audacity to be born Palestinian is not saying that Jews should die. Those are two completely different things. But because of this attack and this man yelling "Free Palestine" and saying that he is doing this because of the genocide in Palestine, they are going to run with this. They are already talking about looking at social media accounts of anyone who is traveling here with visas. They're over here trying to look at finding any evidence that is terroristic or anti-Semitic whenever people are coming here as asylum seekers or refugees or anything like that. They are now also trying to figure out if there's any American-born people here who are saying these anti-Semitic shit, and then it's bad. It is opening a Pandora's box of just illegal oversight and just saying, hey, I don't like this. This is terroristic. You go to death camp now. Like, you can't trust the administration over here who throws tantrums whenever people don't call the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America, threaten newspapers if they don't say nice things about you, saying "Free Palestine" or saying that Palestinians deserve to live as anti-Semitic. When you have the people who are going to say what is terroristic and what is unsafe and what is not good to keep in, they're not going to be fair. They're not good. They're not going to be unbiased. They are going to target people who say things they don't like. And because of this attack, and if other attacks follow after this, because this is the second one, the one of a few weeks ago, there was an attack at the Israeli embassy. Two Israeli embassy workers there died. A guy just shot him and killed them and say "Free Palestine." This is just this is not helping anyone. This radicalization is just making things worse and making the actual bad guys here have literally solid ground to do their horrible shit. Because here's the thing, unless you're online all the time, or, well, not online, unless you are actually learning about it, reading about the conflict, understanding the two sides, watching videos and reading books from actual people who know what the fuck they're talking about in the Israeli and Palestinian conflict, you can see, yeah, Hamas is bad. Yeah, there were radical Palestinians. Still doesn't give the right for Israel to exist and be a colonial apartheid state that treats them as second-class beings. Like there are Palestinians who aren't allowed to walk in certain streets of Israel or they get shot. It's that bad. Does not excuse attacking innocent people. Does not excuse the terrorism. But the actions of Israel and the IDF and Benjamin Netanyahu and his right-wing coalition of literal Nazis, like if you just translate any tweet from them from Hebrew to English, is literally just Nazi propaganda. Just switch out Jews with Arabs and it's literally the same.
Well, thank you everybody for listening to Espera Que. Thank you for being here for me. I'm your host, Yarince Pascual Mateo. I hope you are listening to us here in any of our major podcasting platforms, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, whatever. Hope y'all have a wonderful day, and hey, let's survive this 2025.
Bye, y'all. Hey everyone, this is Christian and Jenny from the Coffee and Pandusi Show. We hope you're enjoying Espera Que with Yarince. It's a great show. Also, I want to remind you to join our show as well, Coffee and Pandusi, every Wednesday at 10 o'clock on your favorite podcast platform, and Jenny's show, Two Queers in a Truck.
Absolutely.
Every Wednesday at 11:30.
2025 is our 2025. If I can get it out right without something like that. We've got two wonderful shows that have joined the family of shows that we've done for 6 to 8 seasons. Yeah. And Yarince is a wonderful host, who's a wonderful guest host with coffee, and a wonderful young man with a lot of great vision and insight. Looking forward to seeing his episodes flourish. And as always, thanks for listening. Otherwise, Christian and I would be just talking to ourselves.
That's right, and we do.
we do. Doesn't keep us from doing that now.
That's right. Enjoy the show, y'all. Bye.
Hello, everybody. This is your host, Yarince Pascual Mateo of the show Espera Que. We're going to have a long, crazy year.
So, this is a cycle of hatred. Tit for tat. Tit for tat. The thing is, this started long ago, but our modern interpretation of this bullshit started in after World War II. Pretty much most of the Western powers were trying to give reparations for all the victims of the Holocaust and stuff like that. And instead of, giving them like healthcare, mental health, remembering these things, giving them the ability to come back to a normal life, because they are still citizens of your states. They are still human beings who were born on your land, lived your culture, helped your country. They are still your citizens. You should help them. But because they were Jewish and there was a lot of anti-Semitism, even the Nazis were the worst. Yeah, but everyone else were pretty anti-Semitic too. They decided to follow the stupid ideology of Zionism, which started out as some Jewish idea, but co-opted by white supremacists, thinking like, hey, it's cool to have all the Jews over there and not worry about them anymore, which is just, hey, I don't want to deal with them anymore. They decided to just take the British own of Palestine, which they got from World War I, from the Ottoman Empire, and just remove all the natives there, put them in the worst parts of the land, and then give all the good parts in a very stupid drawing of borders, which is just half two divided parts with just one little squiggly line in the middle, and give it all to the Jewish people who are immigrating from Europe to there, and giving these actual lands of these people who live for thousands of years, people who live for thousands of years in Europe. It's wild. And this led for a tit for tat, because a lot of the people who are there are pissed off, rightfully so. And they were going to fight against it. And then Britain and the others just crushed them down. And then it's just over and over and over and over. And this is the other thing. But here's the thing. Now it's even worse, because it seems like they are going to try to finish this shit. They are going to try to erase them, go into Gaza. They already are doing land invasions into Gaza. They already bombed it for years. They already been mass murdering innocent people. Yeah, the death count's 60,000? Nah, it's way worse than that. They erased whole entire hospitals, whole entire universities, cultural sites, neighborhoods, bloodlines. They erased whole entire bloodlines. It is ridiculous. And with such a situation where you want to help these groups of people, violently lashing out, you got to control it. And violently lashing out at innocent people who have done nothing to you, have not done anything to those people, and just killing them is just going to make the victims seem as the aggressors, and the aggressors seem like they're the victims. It ain't helping shit. Those Palestinian kids are still going to be dying from famine, from starvation. At least a bomb, you die instantly from starvation. Weeks, maybe even months of just suffering as your body wilts away with no food. And these are children. But because of this dumbass attack, they will be cracking down on demonstrations, supporting them. They will be calling people terrorists and stripping away funding from groups who try to do it unless they get in line. They are going to do everything to make it worse for them because of these attacks. So I would hope that most people will learn from this that Sometimes violence is the answer. When you are being violently oppressed and attacked, you should violently go back against them because that's the only way to match it. But violently lashing out at random people who are just minding their damn fucking business ain't going to do shit. You're just acting the same way as horrible oppressors who just came in and did it to you. So it ain't helpful. So I would hope we learn from this, and this does not get worse than it could be, but we could either have this die down or this will be full-blown 1984. It's a coin toss at this point. I don't know. All I can say is this is a very stressful year, and we just started it. We're going to go into our next break, and we'll come back for more news.
Thank you, everybody, for watching our show. Listening if you're on our major podcast platforms on Spotify and Apple. I'm your host, Yarince Pascual Mateo. Thank you so much for enjoying hearing my annoying voice, and hope you'll have a wonderful 2025. It's going to be a long one.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Hey, everybody, this is Yarince from Espera Que. Happy Juneteenth. Juneteenth is a special holiday. It is a day where slavery was finally abolished, and it's a holiday we should celebrate and be proud of because this is American history where we changed, and we did some change. It wasn't much. They still have slavery in the Constitution, but it's enough to keep the ball rolling and for people to be treated as human beings. I want anyone who's listening and watching this to remember this day. Remember the heroes who fought day and night to make sure people are treated as humans, and make sure to never take advantage of all the freedoms and rights you have, because so many people bled and worked their asses off to make sure everybody has those freedoms. Thank you guys for continuing to supporting this show. Have a wonderful Juneteenth, and fuck fascists.
Hey everybody, this is Yarince Pascual Mateo, your host of Espera Que. Well, I hope y'all are having a good start of your 2025 because we're going to have a fun, long year listening to the news.
Welcome back, everybody, from the break. Lastly, I would hope that a lot of y'all are having more tacos lately with the new nickname our dipshit in chief gotten. So I believe last week from recording, Trump was asked in the White House about the new nickname he got in Wall Street in stock trading, which is Taco, which stands for Trump always chickens out, which with his actions and words, it has shown he chickens out on almost everything. The tariffs, checking out on them twice. Deals and threats against other countries, chicken out of them. I have not heard him say shit about Denmark for a hot minute, and he's sure checking out when Canada told him to shut the fuck up. He chicken out when other world leaders make some facts for himself. Like South African president pretty much went there, saw an incompetent dumbass, and called him out for it. Like, the man's a chicken, and it's a hilarious thing, but that's how it is. Our economy is going up and down, and it's a pain in the ass. Truthfully, in my area right now, gas prices and other prices, food prices, they have been going up. I've been noticing that a lot. Usually, whenever I get my quick snacks, they usually cost around like $4 or $5. Now they're going up to $6, $7. My usual easy combo snack lunch always go $10. Now it's $16. It's stupid. But it's just that the uncertainty that Trump creates and his administration does is out of control. Mismatching statements, Trump acting like he doesn't know something and then magically knows something and then forgets it, him going on to tangents and not talking about shit, him just doing random executive orders and throwing fits whenever judges just block them, which... No, the judges aren't against Trump. A lot of these judges are from many different presidents and eras. Some of them his. He's just doing illegal shit. When you do illegal shit, a judge is going to step in and do shit. That's literally their job. But all of this uncertainty is hurting us. We know coming up, I believe in July, that's when these tariffs are supposed to come back. And then with the whole China trade, China have already showed they do not give a shit. They do not give a shit about us. They can easily, and I mean easily, get trade from everyone else, and everyone else is noticing that and taking them up on that offer. And they are easily going to recruit everything they got from the United States from everyone else. Like, it's that simple. And our allies, Trump keep on saying that he is making them come to the table. They are begging him for good deals. It's the other way around, which one thing when it comes to fascists, they're always projecting. Whenever they say some racist, bigoted bullshit, they're just butthurt that their skin isn't special. Whenever they're complaining about queer people existing, they're just butthurt that they might be attracted to something and they don't understand what's going on. Whenever they're saying that that people are begging and people are acting like they're respectable and stuff like that, no, they're just kissing ass and hoping to God that no one calls them out for it. Like, they're projecting. And it has been proven. Like, many other countries have just said, no, that's not happening, and contradict a lot of Trump what says. And it's just annoying because here's the thing. When it comes to making a deal, you should have something to offer so you can get what they are offering as well as an exchange. That's the art of the fucking deal. But Trump pretty much made everything we can offer 10 times more expensive, threatening them, calling them names, saying that they're going to invade them for the resources and stuff and want to destroy their economies. Destroy their economies so America can have a better economy, which no. If one economy goes bad, other economies are going to get affected by it in a bad way. It isn't like you win if so. This isn't a game where, who has the highest points. No, the economy is literally everyone we trade and sell with. And it's kind of hard to trade and sell with when you're trying to destroy their economy because they don't have enough money to trade with us. And I'm not going to lie, unless you're a corporate ghoul who wants to gouge other countries, not really useful, especially when they're our allies. But here's Trump making things worse and then calling them names and just ruining our relationship. And they're not going to give us stuff. They're not going to waste their money paying the tariffs when they're going to be called names. They're not going to go and do business with us if they're going to be treating as lesser than. Like, when it comes to humans, when you respect each other, it's a lot easier. It really greases those wheels when it comes to business and industry. Because when you like each other, you actually want to help each other profit and grow. But when you're just a bully, and it's just making things worse for everyone else, no one wants to waste their time with you. And that is what Trump is doing. This big manning, this strong man, all this like trying to big and tough, all that does is just shows everyone that we're all shit. No, all bark, no bite. Yeah, we have the biggest military, but I'm not going to lie. A lot of our soldiers, they're great, but we don't pay them enough. We don't treat them right. They don't get the mental health they need. They don't get the health they actually need, healthcare they need. And when they're done, we just throw them away. Just like that. Ridiculous. Not going to be a good army when your soldiers have that fucking future plan out. Our equipment, we're wasting billions on stupid out of this world ideas when most of our tech is pretty good. There, a lot of these companies, Boeing and other military companies, I can't have the name on my head right now. They are spending billions on ships and fighter jets that they said would be done in the early 2010s, and we're still doing them now, just funding billions of dollars on useless shit that they either lose in the middle of the ocean or lose in the middle of the air, which that has happened. We lost a jet last year that was flying around in the Virginia Chesapeake area for hours. And last couple of weeks, we lost like 2-3 jets into the ocean falling off of the Eisenhower aircraft. Ship. I can't remember. Aircraft carrier. Yeah. Is just dumb, wasting money. And is just, yeah, we're Americans, we'll fight off of anything, but we need resources. Not everything is made here, not everything is grown here, not everything is able to be produced here, and it will take decades to get to that place where it will be profitable and easier. But even then, it will still be super expensive because they have to pay people money. And, if they just pay, livable wages and stop this wage stagnation and actually give the people what they are owed, that wouldn't be a problem. But, we're here to make the rich people rich, not, the common American. Either way, this taco over here is going to be the death of us, and it's just going to be a pain in the ass. With immigration and doing violent deportations, with our Congress just letting him pass whatever bullshit law, them passing transphobic and homophobic laws that are harming our queer people. They're being petty during Pride Month right now. I believe, what is it? Our drunk Secretary of Defense, he is trying to erase the Harvey Milk, the Harvey Milk name from Navy vessels, which he was actually one of the first openly gay representatives and a pioneer in gay rights, which they're still going with their campaign of whitewashing history and acting like only white men were the only useful and good people around. Everybody else, they were just there to glaze them. It's stupid. The racism, the brutality, the justice system, they're just fuck civil rights. Let's overturn every single report and investigation from all the horrible things that multiple city police departments have done with racial profiling and illegal arrests and overfining and pretty much police brutality. They just pretty much ignore all of that and not fix that. It is bad. It is bad. And we have a chicken in chief who's going to make things worse. So all I can say at the ending of the show is that it's still going to keep on going downhill. I know it sucks. I know I'm sorry for another downer episode, but it is going to keep on going downhill. And the best we can do is stand strong, be aware of reality, pay attention, and stand up for what's right and say no to intolerance. That's the only way, because they're going to keep on going and they're going to keep on going. And if we're lucky, these next 4 years, we will see pretty much the Republican Party decimated in each election because people are sick and tired of them. And Trump will be remembered as one of our worst and someone we should never follow. And we will learn from this. We will not have short-term memory and forget about this. We will learn from this bullshit and not have this happen again. Maybe we not have a third TV star as our president because the first two pretty much fucked us over. Either way, all I can say is I hope y'all have a wonderful Pride Month. Stay out there, be vigilant, be protective, and just love one each other, and fuck fascists. This is Yarince Pascual Mateo at Espera Que, and hope to see you next Thursday. Thank you for watching Espera Que with Yarince Pascual Mateo. Thank you so much for supporting the show, having a good time. Hope you're listening in Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, anywhere where you can find your podcast. And happy Pride Month, and be safe. Have a good time. Enjoy the summer if you can, and fuck fascists.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for being at our show today. I hope you had fun watching it on YouTube or listening to it on Spotify or in any major podcast platforms. Thank you for listening to our show. I am your host, Yarince Pascual Mateo, and I hope you'll have a wonderful 2025 because it's going to be a long one.